When? Oh, what are you talking about, Apocales? Are you talking about an old show? All right, I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Let me just check. Yeah, it's back. So you guys are saying my mic cut out? That's really weird because I didn't open anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's a loose connection here somewhere, something. Thank you for telling me. I don't think Apocales has been with Chuckette. This Chuckette, she's down in well, at least in the fictitious story, she's down in Florida. Yeah, she's down in Florida. And she's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, have fun with that, guys. I wouldn't, I would never advise you break the law in any way. Can't do that. But you could ask yourself, what kind of person goes to the Department of Veterans Affairs and lies to get a nice 50% disability check, and then goes on Social Security disability for the same sore shoulder as my fictitious character in this book has done, and she and her husband live directly off the government in this fictitious story. I don't know if she's on her 5th or 6th husband. I've definitely lost count. But if you show up and you got a ring, you can access. Yeah, I mean, she'll marry you. I think she'll have to divorce the last one. I don't know how the laws work these days on that. But yeah. Used to be a good place to score fun pills. Oh, for Florida, yeah, I heard they were changing the laws, though. Well, that may be what happened. I mean, I think she was, this fictitious character in my book was starting to score pills, and then they cut, like they had the laws cut her off, and now she's pissed. I don't blame you there, Barko. I don't blame you at all. I am going to marry my girlfriend because I don't care if she has all my assets. I don't have any anyway. But I will one day, and I don't mind. She deserves them. My girlfriend now is awesome. If you have to experience someone like this fictitious Chuckette to appreciate a woman like mine. I mean, first of all, she's nice. Did you know women could be nice? They can. I swear to God. She's nice. We talk about everything. You know how many arguments we've had in 4 years? Take a wild guess. How many arguments has my current girlfriend and I had in 4 years of relation, or 4 years? Barko says, Kevin, are you offering us to have sex with your current girlfriend after we have sex with Chuckette? Well, as long as it's consensual, but I'm pretty sure my current girlfriend's quite satisfied with me. If you have sex with Chuckette, again, she's fictitious, so I don't know how you get with her, but if you did, I would say that keep in mind that all a witch needs is a sample of your skin or hair. That's just, I'm just saying, be careful, be careful. Go in with that extra turn. Hi, Artie, welcome to the show. I have never had 2 Dutchmen in my show at the same time, and I would just like to take this moment to say I appreciate that. This show is growing some in popularity, mostly because I either manage to piss people off or there's no one else on. Debbie's been off. Guy hasn't been doing many shows. For some reason, you guys aren't talking about Chris Topp's program, which my friend Crash Jesus says is the best of the best. So people end up in my chat room. I don't mind. We talk truth here. He's not Dutch, just living here. Oh, okay. It's because Apocales pimped your show. I know, man. Think about this, Barko. When I was absolutely nobody, I'm still nobody now, but I'm like a upper middle class nobody. When I was absolutely nobody, when I was ghetto nobody, Apocales was still in the chat. And at first I was flattered, but then I realized he went into everybody's chat. And I just pictured this really smart guy going, look, if I'm going to do radio, I need to know all the hosts. Next thing you know, he's got a frickin' key that comes out, like a map key, that is telling everybody who's in whose gang at Spreaker. And I'm like, he not only listened to all these shows, but he made the connections. Apocales is brilliant, man. He's brilliant. Yeah, sex isn't that interesting to me. I think you need it in a loving relationship if you're able-bodied, and you gotta do what your relationship calls for. That's all. RD doesn't believe in punishment. Oh, okay. Well, that's another thing, you guys. You know, I did a show called Parental Alienation Syndrome, and so it would be rather hypocritical of me to go after my actual ex-wife, who I'm not allowed to talk about. It would be hypocritical of me to go after her in the event that my daughter possibly stumbled onto that show. That would make me, well, what are you talking about PAS for if you're doing it? So I can't do that. I have to, this particular show here is to defend myself against charges that emerged earlier from this fictitious character that I was a felon and a fugitive. And I have to defend against things like that when this fictitious character is telling people to boycott my show. I have to defend against things like that. I can't keep doing that because I think as the show grows, you're going to have the crazies coming out. Oh my God, he's an alien. Oh my God, he's a communist. Oh my God, he's from Louisiana. Whatever the insult is, I'm not gonna. There you go. Yeah, you guys are talking about somebody in there. So that's interesting. I can't tell you for sure if you're looking at a young in there, Barko. Yeah, you're probably looking at my daughter, who would be 14. So I'm not looking at any of those pictures. So I'm assuming that I'm assuming that you'll figure that out. You probably have not seen a picture of the fictitious character, because if you had, you'd run screaming. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll look at that one picture you're sharing. Since, of course, I didn't share any of this information. I'm just seeing it in the chat room. Open link in new tab. Oh, yeah, I forgot I can't see it. Yeah, there's certain blocking things that I've gone through. Oh, okay. Apocales has gone another route here. Let's see if he's probably used his screen capture program for that or something. Let's try that one. And again, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to identify psychopaths. You got to be on the lookout for these. And remember, every psychopath thinks that they've been a victim. And they also do not understand empathy. They don't understand it. They try to learn how to manipulate it, and not manipulate it, but emulate it. Yeah, I can't see what you shared either, Apocales. So, but you'll figure it out in there. I don't. All right, let's see. He's got another one there. And what is the question about this picture that you guys are sharing with me? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the question is though exactly. Well, I don't even know what FAP means. So, but what's legal? I mean, if things are consistent with First Amendment and all that, I don't know. I'm not getting into that. Blocking things is good, RD. I've made a habit of it. I've had to block some good friends that were good friends that just went off the fucking edge, and I'm not against unblocking them, but my philosophy is you got to get the negative out of your life. Got to get it out. Is this your ex-wife? Are you talking about the person in that picture, Barko? Yeah, I can't comment on that. I don't feel like it's the appropriate show or time to comment on that. But as some of you guys that tuned in late may not have known, this is kind of a preparatory show. This is a defense show, specifically because I had a friend tell me that this fictitious ex called Chuckette had posted something about me saying that I was a felon and a fugitive. I had to immediately defend that, because that can, if people are wondering and going, wow, maybe she was telling the truth, well, they start unfollowing the show, and I don't need that. So I'm running my own damage control right now. And what it should also show you is that lying is no big deal with this fictitious character. She don't mind lying at all. Personally, she loves it. She loved lying. It is a game to her. And that was in part taught, but it was also in part natural. So you can take that the way you want. I'm not a felon, and I'm certainly not a fugitive. The cops have no reason to be looking for me, and if they needed to find me, they've got plenty of information on where I am. I don't hide from anybody. So you can believe it if you want to, but my thing on this show has always been insist on evidence before you come to your beliefs, and this is just another example. So we're going to talk a little bit more about psychopaths. Chuckette picks on her Facebook. No, a fugitive is when they're still looking for you for something, Barko. Are the cops looking for you for any way? RD says get the negative out of your life in a very un-New Age kind of way. What do you mean by that, RD? Like, blocking is a New Age thing. It's hard to get negative people out of your life if you're just old school and you're like hanging around them. So I can't keep up with chat. You guys are moving too fast. Yeah. I haven't talked to the cops since my fight last month. Oh, okay. That's cool. I haven't been in a fight in a long time. My daughter's 14 now, Barko. Oh, wow. Rahm Emanuel, okay. I forgot you were out Chicago way. You might be interested in, find on Facebook, Barko, since you're very resourceful with this kind of thing, find Tin Fish, Tin Fish. He's a very interesting comedian you might be interested in, and he's sort of local there. He's on the outskirts of Chicago. If it helps you, ignore all people named Barko. Oh, my goodness. Let's talk a little bit more about psychopaths. You guys want to know if they're around you, don't you? Well, I read the first basics to you on how to identify a psychopath, and we're going to get into a little bit more detail, but it's not going to be long-winded. These are just 2 and 3 paragraph bullets to help you be able to identify a psychopath. Remember, 2 or 3 of these things does not qualify somebody as a psychopath. You need to see 5, 6 of them together, maybe 7 or 8. And what you really need is a psychiatrist to label them after a professional diagnosis. But what I'm reading from is what they're reading from when they do these diagnoses. So here we go, more psychopath symptoms. This is the second group of psychopath symptoms that Robert Hare talks about in his book, Without Conscience. They have to do with social deviance and the lifestyle of a psychopath, which is often unstable and somewhat aimless. Remember that some normal people may exhibit some of these characteristics, and it's only careful consideration of the first group of psychopath symptoms along with this group that allows a diagnosis of psychopathy to be made. You can read more about the first group of characteristics here. They've got a link. Impulsive. The decision-making process of psychopaths is not complicated. They do things because they feel like it. They want satisfaction and gratification, and they want it now. By the age of 2, we are learning to delay gratification. Psychopaths seem to have never learned this. When I was in college, one of my psych professors used to say, "You want to know a psychopath? I want you to picture a father carrying his 2-year-old through a restaurant. And that 2-year-old reaches over to somebody's plate and grabs a handful of their French fries. 'Mine!' the kid yells and starts eating them. That, in an adult mind, is a psychopath, is an adult psychopath. That's the way he described it. It's always stuck with me. They don't seem to spend a lot of time thinking about consequences, and we've already seen that they don't consider others in their decisions apart from how to best manipulate them. They often have big plans for the future but rarely carry them out. For those who do stick at things, it's often a spouse or partner or some sort that takes responsibility for this aspect of their lives. Explosive temper. Psychopath may lose it at the slightest provocation. They can react badly to what they perceive as an insult or a threat. Other people may perceive it as something minor, but if they perceive it as important, they can explode. The explosion may even involve severe physical violence. However, this one of the psychopath symptoms is typically short-lived, and then the psychopath carries on as if nothing happened. They will also typically maintain that they have control over their temper, and what they did was a natural response to other people's provocation. Remember, it's never their fault. They did a recent study on psychopaths, and they found out that there were language things that were giving them away. The things a psychopath loves to talk about a lot, the basics, their food, their water, their shelter. And anybody they're going after, for any reason, they can give you all of the reasons that that person deserved what they got. They can give it to you in an itemized list. This includes people who have killed people, serial killers. Well, this person was a prostitute, and she was out there behaving badly, and down the list they can go. Psychopaths seek excitement. They don't like to be